Warning! Get off my lawn.
Hi, everybody. I'm not Cleo. Welcome to the Fear the Walking Dead podcast. Season 3, Episode 6, Red Dirt. We're not talking about fucking... It's blood, guys.
Oh.
It's blood and dirt. Anyway.
I thought they were being racist.
No, it's blood dirt, guys. Anyway, I'm hosting today because our resident Undine is
she's a little blue today.
Say hi to everybody, Cleo.
Hi.
She's
okay. And also with me is the usual guy, Tom.
Hi, how's it go?
Who runs the shit. Hi. So, boy, this is fun. I get to hold the reins for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So this episode, we focus completely on the ranch, as we assumed we would.
Yep.
Last week. And boy, is there a lot going on. So, basically, Troy and the Maddie crew get back from their arduous no-shoes walk through the desert. They come bearing very bad news.
Can you explain to me, though, why not one of them tried to, remove their shirt or maybe rip their pants and make better padding for their feet? They had very minimal padding for their feet, and it seemed like they only did that after their feet were already torn up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's just because they didn't want to stop.
Telling you right now, I would not have had a shirt on at that point. My feet would have been completely wrapped.
Yeah, but you see, you wrap your feet, and then how many, miles is it going to take for that to rip? That's not going to give you enough.
It's going to give me enough to walk a little bit more.
Your feet would still be bloody.
Cleo, I could walk 500 miles, and then I could walk 500 more.
Oh my god. Oh god. You can't see my face palm.
We can feel it. Don't worry. So, my only thought is that you do have to worry about wearing clothing just because of the sunburn issue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
they still have those big giant military jackets on, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Right? Whatever. It was such a dramatic effect. Their feet was fucked up, is what we're trying to say. They were in rough. I mean, we saw Madison get her sock peeled off of her, and she was not in good shape.
Now, I'm sitting there as the sock is getting peeled, and I'm like, at first it's coming off fairly normally, and I'm just like, I feel like this would have been caked onto her foot, and it would actually make a terrible noise. And no sooner than that went through my head, that's exactly what happened. The first 3 quarters of the sock came off normally. It was the very end of it that came off, and it almost had a wet Velcro sound to it.
Yeah, well, it was only the part that was fused to her foot that made that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough.
I just assumed that from toe to heel, it would have been the same.
Yeah.
And that was not the case. It was pretty much just the front of her foot, the top, near the toes.
Because I thought when we saw them walking, they were avoiding walking on their heels, because I guess their heels got so rough, they were kind of, sort of tiptoeing, as it were. But, yeah. But anyway, when they get to
it's very hilly there, too, so especially going downhill.
Smashing your heels.
Because the hills have eyes. Yeah. That's why.
What is happening today?
You're hallucinating.
Oh my god, I must be.
But anyway, when they got back to the ranch, they were the neighborhood was concerned, let's just say, and one of the founders, Vernon, demanded answers, and his, let's face it, less than spine son, Mike, was just like, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Mike snapped, though.
Yeah, he
Mike
just
lost
was gone.
it.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it.
Going way back for a minute though. as far back to last week, the old couple.
Yes.
Right? Do you think that the Native Americans had anything to do with the old lady dying? Because we never saw her, how she turned. We just saw she was already turned when things went down.
The evidence, there's not much evidence, but the evidence there seems to point to she died of natural causes in her sleep. As a walker got up and was just like in the corner of the room, and then when he woke up, she went and attacked him, or tried to with her non-mouth.
Right. I'm curious if you guys thought that they possibly had any hand in that, because that's technically killing off another founder.
I don't really see how.
I don't know. I mean, if it comes to light that somehow they did, I'd be pretty surprised, but I think it was just an unfortunate timing.
Okay.
Because I guess in this episode, we kind of understood a little bit more about like what these founders actually mean and what, So obviously the old man was a founder who passed away in a blaze of glory. And Vernon, who's apparently Mike and Gretchen's father, is also one of the founders and is not happy with what's going on with Walker, because you find out historically there were a lot of legal disputes over this land between Walker and his tribe and the Ottos.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess at this point there's no more legal system, so he's just going to take it. He wants his land and he's going to get it, probably.
Yeah.
So that, I think, it scares the town. Let's put it that way. Everyone's panicking, whatever. And I mean, I don't know. I guess the thought is, so it was a little weird for me to watch this part. I don't know how you guys felt, but it was like everyone's like, "Oh, we should leave." It's like, why? Why? What do you think is out there for you? And it took me a second to realize, like, this is like Alexandria a few seasons ago in the main show.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's outside the walls. They have zero idea what the world is like.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
what Gretchen was saying her father thought there was someplace safe in the Rockies or some shit, high elevation. Colorado.
We're going to
That's the Rockies.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But I was just
okay. Specifically Colorado, because the Rockies are very, very large.
Right.
So he had some like delusion of safety.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like at that point I don't understand like the purpose of killing them off when they were leaving. Like that I don't get. I feel like we need an episode from their point of view.
You think the Native Americans killed Gretchen and her family?
I do.
No,
Troy did it.
Troy did. That was that whole conversation. It took me a while to catch on to that too, but that was the whole conversation between Maddie and Troy was her asking why he killed them. And he said he confronted Mike. He wanted Mike to tell him
to his face.
Blah, 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 whatever, and ended up losing his shit and killing them all.
So then why did Maddie lie to the town?
Well,
she wants to manipulate everyone. That's why.
Well, yeah, that was super interesting because, anyway, let's go back a second.
So hold on, because that moment of realization that I just had with that, because I guess I missed that somehow, but but that
I was very close to missing it too.
There was that scene now when Maddie's giving the speech of Troy looking at her with almost kind of like a wonderish awe, kind of like, ooh, I want to be like her, kind of, and like shock at the same time too. And it's just like that scene makes a lot more sense to me now that I got that. Okay.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is basically that Vernon and his family leave. He just takes a trailer, hitches up his horses and whatever other livestock he had and just left.
Yeah,
takes
what they came into the compound with.
Right.
All their belongings.
So Troy is obviously upset by this because him and Mike, as we found out, grew up together. They were best friends growing up. And Mike would not even look at him as they left. So
fucking looked at him either.
We find after Troy. The thing we'll get to with Jeremiah, we find one of their horses, who's back at the ranch because horses know to go home. Who's
Troy
injured.
rode it home.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So.
Oh, see that I didn't get.
Got it. It's all falling together now.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was, Nick, Maddie, Jeremiah all go out, find the wagon, their truck shot up. We know at least the little kids are walkers, as and they make a point to say, like, Nick makes the observation, which is when I figured it out. He's like, there's a week's worth of food here, and no one, he didn't take it. Walker wants supplies. He took your boots. Yeah. He's not doing this for free. He took your guns. He took your boots. So he didn't do this. So I was like,
You see, the reason I didn't get it initially was because I misheard that line. I heard they took the week's worth of food.
No, yeah.
Not that it wasn't touched.
And for that matter, he let 2 horses go.
Yeah.
He let a horse die and let one back to the ranch, which he would not have done, especially.
Jeremiah says that. He's like, they would have taken the horse. They would have.
Yeah, exactly. Because, especially someone of Native American heritage. Horses are sacred in some cultures. So, like, that they would not let those horses die. So that's when the conversation happened between Maddie and Troy, and she's like, don't ever fucking do that again, because we need you. I need you to be on point with these people. So
I need to use you to get to these people.
Basically, yeah. She knows that, she saw that, Troy was able to rally his fellow soldiers in the food storage area and, got them ready to fight, basically. And she's like, okay, that's what I need, because your dad might not last, which we'll get to. And I need you to lead so I can lead through you, basically. Yeah. So we speaking of Jeremiah, we should get to him this episode. So
yeah,
he doesn't take the news well.
No.
We find out that he is
a raging alcoholic.
A raging alcoholic still. You're once an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic.
Like he was, yeah. We were. I think we were led to believe that he had been sober.
Well, he probably had been.
I loved.
He might have been.
When he tried to get Nick to drink, and he's like, "You of all people, turning it down."
I'm high on life.
Proud of Nick, by the way.
Yeah,
me too.
Good on you, man. Yeah, it just starts getting trashed.
And
apparently he's.
Do you remember?
Oh, sorry.
Do you remember a couple episodes ago we were like, Nick's gonna relapse, and he's gonna do it here. They went the opposite way with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank God.
He didn't relapse, but the guy that was sober this whole time did. So
yeah.
Bravo on the story, guys. Bravo.
Good on you guys.
And it's in circumstances where, like, Nick, it was perfect for him, to relapse, basically.
Yeah. From a story point of view.
Left him. He's, whatever. I lost my train of thought. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he's right. He's in a vulnerable place right now because Luciana just left him. His mom was gone for some time. Mm-hmm. He was worried about her. So, there was a perfect reason for him to do it, and he did, which was really great. We see Jeremiah all over this episode becoming unstable. Like, he suffers from migraines due to stress. We see that, which is why he started drinking again, just to kind of ignore the migraine. And it looks like he also smashed his hand in some way to take the edge off. We see him, at one point Troy attacks Jake, and he smacks Troy, and it just gets really ugly really quick. So, he also, obviously in the scene we're talking about, he gets drunk. He pulls a gun on Nick and just shoots the floor.
Table.
Was it the table?
No,
Might have been
he flips the table and then shoots the floor in like a tiny circle 3 times. Like, really specifically? And I was
thought he
wondering...
flipped the table and shot the table while it was upside down.
No, he shot the floor.
Okay.
Looked like the floor. I don't know. But anyway, he shot nothing. So, obviously there's reason to doubt his leadership capabilities, and B, his lifespan at this point, I think. He does teach Nick how to shoot, which I think is really cool. Yeah. So Nick starts carrying that revolver that he cleaned up.
I don't know how I feel about Nick just like flinging around that gun.
Flinging around, and he used it too.
Yeah.
Shot Gretchen's walker.
To be fair, he used it well.
He did.
But like you
Maddie
see in that scene.
Maddie didn't, for whatever reason, Maddie couldn't pull it. I think she saw Alicia in it.
Yeah, not just that. She also just had like a meaningful conversation with Gretchen.
Yeah, it was like a mother-daughter thing. Like, I think that's, she saw Alicia in her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will say, like, I kind of like that everyone's sort of acquiring their weapons now. So Maddie's got the baton, which we saw her sharpening a little bit.
She sharpened the baton.
Make it a little better at getting walkers.
That was awesome.
In and out, nice and easy. Nick's got a beautiful revolver. I kind of like that I like that he's got a gun now, because most of his defense was shoving things and running away.
That's true.
So it's nice that he can actually survive better.
Let's hope it just sticks with walkers, though. And pun intended.
Because the guy's name's Walker.
Yeah. Cleo, I see what you did there.
Thank you for explaining the joke.
Okay.
So,
okay, it's good he has a gun, but the scene where he shoots, Gretchen Walker, Gretchen Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Maddie's holding the gun straight and steady. Otto's holding the gun straight and steady, and then he's just like flailing it around loose wristed.
That's how he is, though.
I know that's how he is, but it just makes me nervous when people hold guns that way.
He's shooting it like a movie gang thug.
Yeah.
Where you hold the gun sideways, and you do that with most guns that you see. The recoil is going to send the gun either flying out of your hand or back into your face.
Mm-hmm. Not a good idea.
No.
Especially with a revolver like that.
Yeah, don't do a revolver like that.
Straight. I don't know.
I don't know how the guy from Metal Gear Solid gets away with that.
I don't know. I don't mind. I like that he, it's a very Nick way of holding a gun,
Very true.
The actor does a really good job at that. So I think, I don't know, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because they definitely did like a very deliberate shot of showing each of the guns on their hips as they were walking around the trailer. Mm-hmm. Really emphasizing like Nick's doing this now. This is who he is now. So I thought that was really cool. That's all.
Yeah.
It just made me nervous. That's all.
I don't know. I know.
Oh, and I think you have a reason to continue to be nervous.
You mean all the reasons?
All the reasons.
All of them.
Every reasons. All the raisins.
Not to mention, the Walker and his people set a series of contained fires around the perimeter of the ranch. Like, they said at least 20. I think Jake said like 20 fires were set.
That was fun.
Yeah, and so
it
threw people into
reminded
panic.
me of I think it was an episode, Cleo, correct me if I'm wrong, an episode of Once Upon a Time. Was it Hook that used that same thing in the woods with torches?
In Neverland?
I don't remember. It was either there or a flashback. But like they did that. I think I'm thinking of the right show. But they did that to make their army seem like it was bigger than it actually was, to be able to scare some people off. And that's what I felt like they were trying to do, but I'm like, but we saw the numbers. They have a lot of people.
We didn't really see the numbers. What we saw when Walker took their boots was half a dozen snipers. That's really all we saw, which is enough when you're surrounded to be scary, but
half a dozen snipers, and they had at least a dozen people, like, on top of them.
Where? Oh yeah.
With Walker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I mean, they have a significant amount of people. I think they at least have one per torch to light that, but it almost seemed like that was to try to make it seem like there was more of them than there actually were. It seemed like, because that was the feeling I got, was the purpose of that was to make it seem like they had greater numbers, when we've already seen that they pretty much already have one person per bonfire. I feel like there should have at least been twice as many bonfires, personally.
I mean, I don't know if that was I feel like that was more of a warning shot, like a shot across the bow kind of thing. Like, all right, look, we know where you are. We can get to you really easily. Look how close we got. And, you know.
It was definitely an intimidation thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked.
It did. Yeah. Some people left.
Which is probably exactly. Well, not exactly what they wanted, but.
But Maddie got exactly what she wanted, as in a cautionary tale, as to, like, this is what happens when you leave. You know, look at Vernon and his family. They're all dead.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It seems to have worked. I did see a preview of the next episode. It looks like they may be gathering more people into the militia, which will help.
Yeah, well, after Maddie's speech, there's no way they're not going to gather more people in.
Yeah. But in any case, another important thing I think we should probably touch on is Alicia and Jake. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Make it stop.
You know,
make it stop.
What?
Make it stop.
Why?
You're not a fan?
No.
I think it's cute.
It's fine. I don't care.
I don't like it.
But it's like,
at least, you know, Jake is a normal person, not like his father or his brother.
He was a little rude when she was like, when he was teaching her how to shoot the rifle, and she's like, don't I need a new target? He goes, yeah, don't worry about it. Mine'll be the ones that are in the bullseye. Hey, you don't know, man. She's killed someone before.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she might be a terrible shot, but still, come on. Don't be a dick.
I mean, she killed somebody with a knife. She's good with a knife. We know that.
Right.
Yeah. Whatever. I was just like, that was a dick thing to say, bro.
A little bit. He's cocky in certain areas. He knows he can shoot. You know.
Yeah.
Stuff like
that. But anyway, look, guys, they're still doing it. Whatever. But I thought what was really funny was, like, Maddie kind of talking to her about it. Because, you know, Alicia came home late, and she's like, more Bible study? And she's like, no. It's a Jake.
Well, she was wearing Jake's shirt.
Uh-huh. It didn't help.
No, it didn't.
So, you know, they have the talk of, like, you cannot get pregnant.
Immediately, the smirk on her face, she's like, she knew. She was like, where you been?
So, quick talk of, like, you fucking cannot get pregnant.
Oh, yeah, for real.
At all, which I think more people on the main show need to hear, because...
yeah, really.
Not a good idea.
Not many people on the main show are getting pregnant.
But enough to make me worried.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to make me worry.
So, you know, a little bit of sort of vaguely normal humanity talk. But apparently they have, like, birth control in the stores, which I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, magic.
Sure.
Magic.
Cool.
Just gets delivered.
Yep.
From the local pharmacy.
Yeah. So, we also find out later that, you know, well, she asks her point blank, like, how much you like him. And she's like, it's just a fun thing. She likes him a lot. As we find out, because Jake's like, I'm going to go negotiate with Walker. Bye. It's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
do you guys think it's a good idea? Because I don't think it's a good idea.
He went alone with no one, right?
Yeah.
No, that's an awful idea.
Yeah.
Not that I think...
No,
Not...
don't do it.
I mean, I feel like Walker's probably not going to kill him. But he's going to use him as leverage. Like, you walked into my camp. You think I'm going to let you walk out?
Well, his name is Walker.
No.
No, I agree. I think
No.
I think he's getting taken prisoner. Or what I think is actually going to happen is Alicia's going to follow him and they're both going to get taken.
That's completely possible.
So we see Alicia run off.
If Alicia does follow him.
We did see Alicia run off?
At the end of the episode where Madison made her speech, she took off when she saw the dead bodies and was like, oh, fuck, they're going to kill him.
Oh, yeah, okay. She went after him.
She probably went after him.
So if that's the case, who wants to bet that when she gets caught that
Travis.
she's going to see
I know.
Travis?
I want it to happen so bad.
Well, next week is
I want
our
him to have, like,
mid-season
plot
finale,
amnesia.
Plot amnesia. Who's Alicia? Yes, so
Next
Dom
week is
is correct.
our mid-season. It's a double episode, too,
Yes,
right?
it is.
yes, we're going to get double episode mid-season finale like we did last year,
Now,
which was amazing.
I just want to say before we get into that,
Yeah, that was the house burning,
I think
right?
I realized because we've been talking a lot recently of how this show is way better than the main Walking Dead series, and I think I realized that because Walking Dead has to kind of follow the source material, and they're kind of pigeonholed into. I mean, they don't have to. They could go away from it, but
they're following all the major plot points.
they are, and I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
And this show here is not doing that at all. So they literally can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big part of it. I think that is a huge part of it.
I'm not,
It's not the only
sure
part.
I completely agree because the plot points, at least in this last season, the plot points were not what I had a problem with. It was the pacing and the
Right,
way
but-
they handled a lot of stuff.
But that's the point, is they're trying to cram all of it in there.
Okay, I see.
Because the fact that we had to go to this place and that place and this other place and this other thing to stand our ground, because that's how the story unfolds out in the comics, and they have to hit all these places that we ended up going to, that where on this show we can show, one or two places at a time and have a great little story going on. Like we went to the hotel first. We came back to the hotel, a couple weeks later. It was fine.
For a hot sec.
And that worked great, and we're dealing with this story, now, and, we still don't know where the hell, what's her name is?
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Oh,
she's so
she's gonna
dumb.
be like a left field player. It's gonna be just...
Yeah, watch the Native Americans have her as well.
Starring Travis.
Yo.
Just palling around.
They're just sipping
Yeah,
tea.
no, they're just like on their side now. Like, what up?
Yeah.
Would be interesting, but that would be amazing. Just to give Maddie a reason to stop in her tracks a sec from her tirade.
Yeah.
Because
And one last point, moving on, and I think another problem, Cleo, that you have too was we've mentioned, I think last week or the week before on this show, was the false deaths and stuff that they're doing on Walking Dead proper. And I think the whole reason for that is they're trying to give shock value surprises to everyone who's already in the know. They're trying to leave some kind of twists and guesswork for those people, which once again falls into the trap of having to follow the source material too closely.
Yeah, and you see that I would have been fine with that if after all of that, specifically Glenn didn't still die the same way, and in a way that actually means less than how he did in the comics.
He didn't die the same way he did in the comics because Abraham took his spot.
I understand.
The shock value one. But yeah, he still died by his hand, but
yeah, that's what I meant.
He had the shock value death.
And in a way, it cheapened it. That's really. Yeah. That's really,
but I think, like I said, I think that all comes to the fact of having to follow the source material, where the show just has freedom, and I think that's what makes the show 10 times better right off the bat.
Right, and basically where the pacing issues come into that is they have to follow this comic and then fill a 16-episode season.
Yeah.
Which is not always easy. There clearly wasn't enough plot for it last season, so they stretched it out. I mean, this, and like you said, like this, I mean, I'm sure this double episode are going to be probably as earth-shattering as the last mid-season finale we had. So, we basically had 2 almost independent half seasons, and that's probably what's going to happen again this time. Mm-hmm. So, which is great. Because we don't know. We don't know who's alive. We don't know who's dead. We don't know who the next villain's going to be. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's kind of like where Game of Thrones is at right now. Same thing. No one knows what's going on.
Like Walking Dead proper, we know the Whispers are coming this season.
Right, yeah.
We know that's the thing. That's above Negan. We know that. But this, it's just like, we have no idea. Like, all the speculation we were having with the, Border Patrol and, and look what that's turned into. Like, never thought that Border Patrol was turning into this.
No.
So, I don't know. I love it. But anyway, next episode.
Yeah, so was there anything else you guys wanted to bring up? Did we miss anything? I don't think so, right? No, okay.
Just make Alicia stop that relationship. Just make it stop.
Oh, Dom, where is your lover's heart? It's dead and buried.
What heart? Anyway, what heart?
Never mind. That space in your chest where, it's fine.
But I fill with food?
Yeah, that you fill with hot cheese.
Ooh.
So the next 2 episodes that we're getting next week, double episode, guys. Don't screw up your DVRs. It's called The Unveiling, and the next one is The Children of Wrath, which sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So the synopsis we have right now: an arrival at the ranch creates a divide. Tensions run high as communities clash. Alicia forms a new relationship. Madison must negotiate terms of an agreement in the midst of danger. I would also like to mention. Now the preview scene we got, like with the main episode, was a little chaotic, so you couldn't really tell what was going on. Obviously, there's fighting and fire and dead people, and it's cool.
And mine got cut off in the middle. So.
Okay, yeah.
What if the arrival to the ranch that causes a divide is Travis?
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, hey, don't. The other thing I wanted to say was there was obviously a second preview that they showed The Talking Dead. I didn't get to watch the show, but I watched the preview, and it showed Nick actually joining the militia, as it were, like learning to shoot a rifle with Troy's permission, but also taking some very obvious passive-aggressive digs at him for after what happened to, Mike and his family, if everything happened to that someone here, I have to protect them I have to protect people from the monster that did that. I'm going to take this gun now. Where do I shoot?
Oh, that's fantastic.
I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but you get it. It was amazing. It was amazing. I was like, this is the best shit ever. I love you, Nick.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So anyway, next week, we're going to have a long one.
Yeah.
So with that, let's call it a night, shall we? So, Mr. Dom.
You can find me down below at Phenomedom, Phenomedom.
Fish Lady, go.
You can find me at Cleomoto being sick and maybe posting food. I don't know.
Cool.
That sounds like a bad combination. Sick and
Cough
food.
Food for me.
Food for me, not for anybody.
Food for me only.
Yes. You can find me at No More on Twitter. I'm watching GDQ all week, so you know where I'll be. You can find all of us here on YouTube at ASRTV. You can find us also on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, Twitter,
MySpace.
Sorry.
You got it.
Oh,
that was a real cough, Cleo.
That's a contagious cough. You got to get that checked out. Follow us on those things. We'll see you next week.
On every podcast.
Yeah. You finally got the MySpace cough.
I finally actually physically caught it.
It's going to be a doozy next week, so I might not be hosting. Oh, no. Anyway, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.